Hello everyone, my name is Dylan and I'm a PhD student. Today I'll be answering a few questions about life as a researcher and a little about my project. So a little about myself, I was born in the Philippines and I moved to the UK as a child. In the UK, I got my bachelor's degree in biochemistry in the University of Leeds. And then I got my master's degree in biomedical science in Nottingham Trent University. I've always known that I wanted a career in science. I especially like being in the lab and getting hands-on with experiments. So after getting my master's degree, I immediately started applying for jobs. And I did this for 1 year. You can imagine how that went. But finally, salvation came while browsing through the Leeds Uni website. It was in their job page that I discovered about synBIOcarb. From there, I had a look at their website and applied for open positions that I really liked. I was super nervous the days going into the interview, but in the end, my preparation paid off. And now I'm working at the Sermav Institute, Grenoble, France, and I'm currently in my second year of my PhD. So previously, I was talking about synBIOcarb, but what is it? Well, synBIOcarb is a Marie Curie program that's bringing together different groups from across Europe, both academic and industry, to train PhD students in advanced scientific skills. And all of the projects in synBIOcarb are in the field of glycobiology, with a special focus on the Glycocalyx. To understand my project, we first have to talk about the Glycocalyx. The Glycocalyx is a forest of complex sugars, or glycans, present on the outside of cell membranes, attached either to the lipids that make up the membrane or to proteins that are also present there. I like to imagine it as a kiwi, a really hairy kiwi, with individual hairs being a glycoconjugate. Now, what makes the Glycocalyx so fascinating is that it plays a significant role in many cell processes, such as determining your blood type group, but it can also be exploited by pathogens such as viruses, targeting the glycocalyx sugars to enter the cells. And by understanding the role of the glycocalyx, we can exploit it for therapeutic purposes. One of the ways we study the glycocalyx is by building models that mimic the cell membrane environment. For example, by using giant unilaminar vesicles, or GOVs for short. These are literally just empty cells consisting of a lipid membrane. And we can decorate these GOVs for synthetic glycobiology applications. But the problem arises when building these models, especially if you want specific glycans in your model. And this is where my project comes in. I'm producing a group of enzymes called Glycosyltransferases, or GTs for short. They're the enzymes responsible for synthesizing the complex glycan network that you see in the Glycocalyx. By using GTs, we can selectively modify membrane models with specific glycans. Overall, my project has two goals. The first is to produce GTs that's interesting to synBIOcarb, and to use these to decorate membrane models. The second goal is to study a GT's mode of action, and this has future application in engineering GTs with altered specificities. The beauty of a PhD is that you're largely in charge of your own work and how you go about accomplishing your goals, so your day-to-day work really depends on you. Because of the nature of my project, I spend a large chunk of my time in the lab, utilizing techniques from molecular biology, biochemistry, and biophysics in my experiments. When I'm not in the lab, I'm in the office analyzing data, reading articles, writing, and preparing for future work. Let's also not forget the conferences and training events that are common as a PhD student. Here at synBIOcarb, we also have bi-yearly meetings where all 15 researchers do group trainings and other events. Those were especially great, and we already had free meetings, one at Leeds, Graz, and Grenoble. Of course, it can be disheartening or frustrating when experiments don't go the way you expect. But when it does go right, it more than makes up for all the failures. Most times, weeks can be very busy and stressful, so it's important to keep a work-life balance. For me, I like to de-stress by spending time with friends or watching movies. I'm fortunate enough to be a bus ride away from the mountains, so the ski season is always something to look forward to. That's it for me today. If you got this far into the video, thanks for watching, and maybe I'll see you in another video.